Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Godhood. The Will of the People update has been released. The old one, apparently, looms in the distance. That's a little terrifying. You can see some little silhouettes of people there for scale. You know what? That feels like a not today kind of concern. Let's get in here and have a look at the new stuff. So I skimmed the patch notes. I have some idea what's going on, but, oh wow. Well, that's really something. We should maybe just leave this exactly as it is. There's a real, Cheshire Cat quality to this particular god. The Sacred One seems like a fine title. I don't know. Honestly, looking at this, I don't know what else you would call it. But the understanding and attendance. I mean, listen, if we are members of the understanding, obviously, we are understanderers. And I think that's good enough. Listen, we're here for the mechanics, right? Let's just get right in here. Let it be known. The Understanderers worship the Sacred One with a simple but powerful fervor. Alright, I am the Sacred One. Let us go forth. In my name you will spread. So, one of the things that they called out in the patch notes is that they have completely rebalanced the islands. Progression's going to be pretty different. There's a wider variety of enemies, and most importantly, the end of the game is no longer packed with highly dangerous nature foes, which should significantly reduce the need for executioners. So we don't necessarily have to go war. You know, honestly, I feel like maybe lust is the commandment we have not used the most recently. That's a really awkward way of stating that. We're gonna do lust because I want to see how they changed it. I know they took out the attraction mechanic entirely, so the Lust Priest might be way less powerful, but also might be way more powerful. Let's find out. Prepare for the sacrament. We are being cast out of the old city. That's pretty much as it has been. Poor Mary here is going to get very slowly embarrassed by all of these stubborn elders. I see they have not added a way to fast forward through these sacraments. That's unfortunate. We did manage to land an Infatuated, it looks like. Distracted by a flirt. Okay, so Infatuated seems to be much the same as it was. Yo, Mary, are you okay? It kind of looks like Mary has, I don't know, a pox or something. Ah, listen, some people got acne. It is what it is. Alright, we go forth. The Sacred One's holy site. So, my impression is that almost all of the between sacrament management stuff is different. Oh, I like this. The fact that it now has a counter for the number of disciples you have assigned to stuff. Look at that, right? There's some kind of... I don't know. Maybe it's... I guess it's a lot of freckles? Okay, Mary has a lot of freckles. And so we enter the Age of Darkness. Probably the only age, if the past games are to be any indication. So let's have a look. Okay, I like some of the UI changes I'm seeing already. You can unassign people from stuff now. That's just wonderful. In the upper left corner, you can see what is maybe the biggest change. I think that there's tutorials coming, so let's just push forward here. Faith is a little bit different. So Mary's eager to serve. Mary feels fated for being the founder of the understanding. We did just lose a sacrament. That's embarrassing. And Mary is glad that lust is a virtue. Yeah, I bet. I bet, Mary, you old pervert. Alright, let's just push on. So you can see down here, there's a whole new mechanic where your people have an amount of desire to join a sacrament that fluctuates over time. Alright, they collected new understanderers and grew their faith in the Sacred One. The more faith a disciple has, the better they serve. 2 disciples in awe of this prayer pledged themselves to the understanding. Looks like this stuff is all pretty much the same. I will inspire more disciples to pray to me and gather understanderers, those whose understandering is strong. So we'll just go ahead and commit a bunch of people to prayer here. Ritual site is already full. Oh, look at that. You can click directly on the things and get their window to pop up now. That's important. Okay, so they've clarified this stuff. They made this a little bit easier to understand. And there are indeed only 2 slots in the Holy Site Center now. So is Nika just going to be idle? I guess we don't have anything else for him to do. Okay, next. When we get up to the next level, the Material Gatherer structure and... Okay, here we go. The new Understanderers gathered by your disciples remain doubtful and wish to witness the Sacred One's greatness in a holy sacrament before committing their faith. Resources gathered by disciples are added to your tribute. That's this line down here. Only after your disciples win a sacramental conflict will you earn the resources in your tribute so that you may use them. Lose a sacrament and your opponent will take some of your tribute. Okay, so we do resource gathering stuff, it adds them to the big pile of combat rewards, and then we have to go out and do a sacrament to actually get the things. I'm not sure how I feel about this system yet, although let's see the mechanical implications of it. The Understanderers seem excited to spread the understanding. Enthusiasm measures the feelings of the Understanderers about the Sacred One. It changes every few seasons and is replenished to satisfied by a sacrament. When we are excited, we get a 50% religion health bonus. That's a big deal. If we are impatient or skeptical, bad things will happen. So go forth, win sacraments, convert new Understanderers. We gain access to the world map as our people are now excited. Okay, well let's go smash some stuff. So we have 14 Understanderers, 14 new people in our, maybe I should have chosen a shorter name, in our tribute. And I'm assuming that the sacrament will happen before we gather new people, so we'll probably just get the 14. Oh, and they have a tribute, so if we win, we gain both tributes. Okay, cool. It looks like materials have a symbol that's very similar to fanatics, so I'm assuming that that's what we use to improve our structures, which makes sense. Materials is a good generic, like, board gamey name for that resource. So extra 20% chance of inflicting the infatuated debuff with all abilities. Extra 20% on top of whatever chance they naturally have, I guess. All morale attack abilities have a 10% chance of inflicting the debuff. Okay. And that's what our bonus is. So they've reconfigured these a little bit. Okay, unfortunately, we have a really bad set of follow-up abilities here. We'll have to get that figured out. So we want to commit really hard to morale-type attacks. This is maybe going to end up being not all that dissimilar to the last run, it turns out. Alright, so we definitely want to try to pull a Weaver pretty early. I think we had somebody who wants to follow up on Dark, and the Weaver Punish the Weak thing combines really well with Infatuated. Yo, Nika, do you want to maybe, like, show up to the battle a little bit? He's going to stand there and feel bad about himself in the corner. Yo, Nika's got some strong lips. Look at that. These are very pronounced. Okay, we do not get enough XP to gain a class off of a single sacrament anymore. That's interesting. So now we actually have the stuff to work with. I noticed the Mystica resource. Oh no, that was probably followers. Maybe they've done away with Mystica. I mean, Mystica wasn't really in the game in the first place, right? So we can now gather materials and also... Okay, there's a place to heal up faster. That's cool. Your disciples have brought back materials from the enemy's tribute. These materials can be used to construct and upgrade buildings and temples in the holy site. Use the Build God power to construct new buildings. You can also upgrade them using the materials. Find the upgrade building button in a building's details window. Okay, cool. Materials shall be used. Your disciples have brought you glory in the sacrament, and the Understanderers are satisfied for the moment. In due time, they will become excited for a new sacrament. Ignore their desires, and that would be bad. My flock sure is needy. Yeah, that's God Games for you. So I noticed we didn't actually gain any new people in the pile there. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. That might have just been like a weird bug, because it looked like it unassigned them from the building. So that might have been just a weird bug with the first sacrament because we're in the tutorial, or it might be the case that doing sacraments removes you from buildings now. The material gatherer has no build cost. That makes sense, because otherwise you could soft lock yourself. And then the garden does have a build cost. Do we need this? Maybe let's hold off. We only have 20 materials. I maybe would like to build and upgrade other stuff. Let's not build that right now. So let's get ourselves some more materials. Like, presumably that would be the smart thing to do here. Okay, so materials are the upgrade currency, and the upgrades are not hugely expensive. We can increase the maximum tribute stockpile size. I'm not too worried about that, but we need 100 materials to get the material upgrades finished. I think that probably ought to be our next goal. I appreciate how much more transparent this stuff is now. It's like very obvious and predictable. And only 2 slots in the material gatherer building. Everybody's currently ecstatic, so let's just put them all to work. So the campfire now doesn't gain you faith at all. It just gets you new followers. Faith comes from, like, winning sacraments is worth some faith. Enjoying the successes booked by the understanding and mission. Okay, so there's faith for your religion winning sacraments. Then there's more faith for being a person who participated in a winning sacrament. And then it looks like a bunch of the other sources of faith are the same as they used to be. So enthusiasm is what we're managing over here. Okay. So it's a little bit less, keeping people in high spirits is going to be a little bit less, what's the word I'm looking for here? Fiddly? Like, we're not going to have to worry about constantly putting people back into the campfire. That's nice. Let us go forth and do a thing. So what are we expecting to gain here? I guess, is there a point in doing battle if we're not going to get resources? Hold on, let's go look at the world map. So we can come over here. Their tribute does contain 25 ritual offerings. And they'll also match 100% of the materials in our tribute, is what I'm assuming that means. And then up here, we still have the old city. So that's not too different. We cannot go to the old city as a level 2 religion. Okay. What do we need to get to level 3? We need 35. We'll get +5 religion health, and also the offering stockpile, which presumably we still need to do miracles? Yeah, okay. Well then. Do we maybe want to focus... I guess I'm going to pull somebody back from materials. Maybe we want to focus on getting more subscribers then. So, followers, you know what I mean. So yeah, it looks to me like maybe we want to hold off. Let's get materials in the material stockpile, then we'll go do the next sacrament. I want to get... So we need one more person to do the campfire one more time. And while we're just sitting here passing time, our faith is waning slowly. Most faith influences decay over time. Okay, so it's not just the value related to our enthusiasm that's declining over time, though. It's also the victory values. So if we keep waiting, eventually our people will be excited to do a sacrament again, but also will be less effective in the sacrament because some of our people will have fallen from ecstatic to happy, so our follow-ups won't be as good. Okay, I'm getting it. Well, let's do a sacrament now then to get people back up to ecstatic because we gather resources more efficiently when ecstatic, and we have stuff in the pools. We're ready to do something. So yeah, we'll get 15 materials because they match the materials we put up. This seems like a good idea. And I'm sure we can do it, right? Oh yeah, they're untyped difficulty 2. Let's go get some enthusiasm. Okay, so notice I wasn't paying close enough attention. Did we heal at all? Maybe we do need a garden. I was thinking of the garden as a place to heal faster, but maybe you don't heal at all between sacraments now? Because we've been out of combat for 2 weeks, or for 2 turns. Let's keep an eye on our health here. So what, we're going to make somebody a weaver to take advantage of the infatuation, and then I don't know what else we want. I guess we do have a follow-up on life abilities. We could make a song... Shoot, I forget what they're called. A song person? A songster. You know, a song singer. That's a very brave intercept. No, wait, I'll take the 2 damage. What a team player. Okay, they have been enticed, and we now have classes available. So you... Hold on. What are my follow-ups? Morali wants to follow up life abilities. So if we wanted a guardian, it's probably not Morali who we would want to be the guardian. You want to follow up dark abilities. So my inclination is to go like Songsmith on Morali. We don't have great stats for it, but also with these early characters. No, wait, sorry. I've got us backwards. You're the one who wants to be the Weaver. Yeah, the Weaver will always cast Doom on enemies who execute a clouded thought. That works the same way. And then Nika has the follow-up. Does Mary have a follow-up? Okay, Mary likes to follow up Divines. So we could make somebody a Zealot as well, but like we really want a Weaver. Yeah. Even if our stats aren't terribly good for it. And then you definitely do want to be a morale class. So the question is, do we want a Songsmith who... I came around on Songsmith. I think Songsmiths are actually really good. But so are Zealots. Zealots can be really powerful. Whenever an ally crits, the Zealot uses Lecture. 100% of the time. This is not a follow-up type thing influenced by Faith, it sounds like. Yeah, let's do this so we can get follow-ups out of Mary, because Mary's a little bit more powerful. Songsmiths are good, but I think we want somebody whose stats are a little bit better before we start dipping into them. These should be good classes to sort of carry us into the game proper. Alright, good stuff. Good work, everybody. Yep, okay, we can fast forward that. Great. So let's take our upgrade here. We should probably look at the new list of religion level rewards. So we can get offerings now, even more worshiper support. Well, I wonder when the first group of new disciples comes in. In their sacrament victory, some disciples gained a miracle charge. Miracles cannot occur just anywhere. Disciples want to construct new holy places important to the faith where they can enact miracles. Yes, I do think that's a good idea. We should make it possible to have miracles. Yeah, and look at that, we didn't bank any resources. So maybe it's the case that disciples who participate in sacraments no longer gather resources. That's certainly an interesting change. I will say that could be a little bit annoying in that, like, now you're going to be even more motivated to be like, go to the world map and look at who's going to be used in battle, then come back here and put people in the buildings. Then go to the world map and double check you didn't screw that up, then come back here and fix the thing you screwed up. You know? Alright, so, miracle sites. What do we want? We want charisma, right? Yeah, okay, so these are mostly the same. We don't have access to the full list of 8. Maybe some of them unlock, or maybe they decided to just take the ones that are used less frequently out. I think we want a storytelling circle, though. That costs 40 materials. That's almost all we got. And then we also probably need an offering stockpile, and I'm out of materials then. So we can't build a garden. Let's see if it is in fact the case that people are not recovering health at all. So you have 22 HP. We're going to do a week of gathering here and see what happens. We should probably gather some offerings. Like, we need materials as well, but we don't have enough offerings for both of the miracles we want to run. So let's unassign everybody from everything. This UI stuff is already so much better. Like I think I said pretty early on, I have the utmost faith in Abbey Games. I have every expectation that they're gonna solve all of our issues here. We probably just need to focus on ritual gathering, or on offering gathering, because we need to be able to get this other miracle done. Although we're not going to be able to do it until after the next sacrament. Yeah, there's some interesting, there's some serious pacing changes with this new system. And we're going to look at the list of religion stuff. So, we are at 3 points. 4 points unlock the study structure. I don't know what that could do. Then we get a dedicate statue that increases cunning and charisma, pretty good. Plus 5 awe points. More disciples. Okay, they've explicitly listed increases in the disciple limit. I appreciate that. Increases the maximum tribute. Okay, so the size of the piles will grow naturally over time. Get the temple, the communing grounds, the pledging altar. So there's a bunch of new structures. More statues. Sunstone's at 11. It doesn't say now how many followers these levels have on them until they're the next one for you. So that's interesting. We have no idea what kind of growth we're looking at up here. You can now assign one more disciple every season. Oh, it gives us like a 4th... Okay, that's really powerful. That makes pursuing the growth of your religion probably pretty important. I don't know what a bordello does. That might also be important. The symbol of moral fortitude. Yeah, okay. So there's a lot of stuff in the religion. So they've done an interesting job of making all three of the resources seem really important then. It's gonna take a little while before we figure out exactly what it is that we want to focus on in the early game. Notice these are the other three miracle sites, the ones that were not on the list, I believe. So it's interesting that those unlock at 19. I wonder how long it takes to get to 19. 10 awe points. Okay. You do not win the game anymore at any religion level, so now you must complete the final island, I guess. Okay. We can see the shape of the new thing. Slowly it is emerging. I guess let's just hit next. 22 HP. Stuff goes in the pile, and still 22 HP. And the miracle structure actually takes 2 days to work. Yep, it sure does. Okay, so tasks have variable time now. Did anything really... Okay, nothing in particular changed here. It looks like this is more reliable, which is really nice. Well, I guess just keep at this, right? Until we have 25 offerings banked. And then we can... Oh, they want to go fight now. That's interesting. Several understanders have traveled to the holy site, eager to become your next disciples. Well, let's have a look at them. Also, wondrous storyteller miracle. Always nice to see. Okay, that looks like about the same as it used to be. We pulled Nightmare, which is maybe the worst of the 3 abilities that we could have gotten. Blessed be Morali. So we may as well summon in the new initiates, right? People are excited to go right now, but I'd really like to wait another week at least so that we could get together the, well, you know what? If we found a challenge where they match offerings, then we wouldn't need to wait. But we definitely want to pull in the initiates now, because if we're going to send 3 people out on a sacrament, we want people here who can still work. So let's start by getting in our first wave of new initiates. Show me something good. Okay, what does the Prophet's Bloodline do now? Okay, it's the same as before. It's still Faith. So the Parrot Totem gives you Charisma and Cunning. That's definitely compelling. Rat Totem is physical stats with a Nat for Dark. And Duck Totem is... Okay, collects 2 ritual offerings. So we don't have a ton of room to work with here. It's hard to imagine we don't take the Parrot Totem. You'd make a good Lust Priest or Zealot or Beast Walker. Honestly, I think I'm I'm thinking of maybe going Songsmith on this guy. Oh, we should see, is it still the case? I can't even retire people. Well, never mind then. Okay, now we can retire people. Is it still the case that we do get a resource boost? It's not very large now. But, and actually, I'm assuming it'll just put them in the stockpiles, which means that we'll actually waste some ritual offerings here. Do we want to replace Nika? I mean, Nika's not amazing. It's a little bit more work to get somebody trained up now, though. I think I'm not gonna fire anybody right away. The payoff is actually pretty small now. Okay, let's try to just stick with these 3 or these 4. So we want. Let's go see if there's a sacrament where we could get paid here. Okay, yeah, this is what we want. We want to gain some more ritual offerings on top of our existing ritual offerings. We don't get anything else, because I didn't bother to put anything else in the tribute. But we do need to do this so that we can get our miracle progress going, so that we can start gaining XP again. Yeah, the resources all kind of bottleneck up in an interesting way. Resource decision-making is going to be a lot more complicated than it used to be, which is great. So Nika is the one that we would want to leave out here, since Nika has full miracle charge. We don't have to worry about the Life Disciple doing bonus damage to Morali because he doesn't actually have any life attacks. So that means Nika needs to be on... Okay, and we can see that Nika is in fact assigned to something already. Do we want Nika assigned to the offering stockpile? Yeah, we probably do want to be gathering offerings still, so let's just put the other 3 on this. This should be easy enough, I think. We might even get some Punish the Feebles going here. Oh, I didn't check people's health to see if any healing at all occurred. It is nice to have a significant source of awe points. It's going to make some of these final battles a little bit less all or nothing. And having a higher cap for awe points makes healing stuff like that more effective, because you're less likely to get broken down in a single round, and thus healing is actually meaningful. Yeah, we're going to need a lot more offerings, because we're going to need a miracle for the new guy as well as a miracle for the Lust Priest. Well, it's a good start. And Nika is still at 22, even after a couple of weeks, so there's no healing at all that takes place outside of the healing structure. Well, I guess that means we better get some materials together, right? Let's have Morali work on... Actually, because we're gonna pull Nika from this. Let's have Morali... Yeah, let's have Morali work on ritual offerings and have Nika go to the Miracle Myth. So we'll do 2 gathers on this. That'll be enough. Actually, 2 people gathering on this turn, and then 1 person gathering on offerings next turn will be enough to get us to the point where we have the miracle ready for Mary. And we need to get materials so that we can build a garden, and also so that we can increase the speed at which we gather materials. Yeah, the decision-making is definitely more difficult now. It was almost always the case prior to this that there was an obviously correct thing to do, and you just kind of were like crossing your fingers on the exact values of resources that would get paid out. So I actually really appreciate that the resource values are now static based on the faith of the person too. It's so much easier to plan this way. Nika prays to you. O wise, the Sacred One, when the sacrament comes, please allow me to rest. Nika must not take part in the next sacrament to feel like the prayer has been answered. Great effects. Okay, hold on. Yep, we got another Wondrous Storyteller Miracle. I love the fact that we're not going to just randomly have people fail their miracles anymore. That's actually completely awesome. This was a great ability to pull. Very happy to see that. So you have -10 faith and you're sleepy. Until your prayer is answered. Okay. That's not a big deal. Actually, it's a little inconvenient, because Mary is the one I wanted to leave out of the next sacrament, but we'll deal with it. We'll answer Nika's prayers, just to see what happens when you do that. And then, at this point, we're materials focused, right? We are only 11 followers away from the study structure. Yeah, let's do this a little bit, at least. We want to get... I guess we only need 5 materials to build the gardens, but I also want to get upgrades going. Where was the first new person assigning ability? It's all the way up at level 12. Which has 43 Worshipper support, which was pretty close to the old cap. So we have to assume that that's fairly late in the game. It's just after the Sunstone, though. They've rebalanced things a little bit, clearly. Yeah, for right now, let's focus on getting some more materials. We are going to need more followers, though. Oh, and Nika felt happy. Okay, but still gathered. So it looks like maybe the amount that's gathered from the resource buildings is set when they are assigned. Because Nika still got 5. Well, we're ready for another sacrament. I guess let's go do it. We're going to leave Nika out, so Nika's the one whose assignment really matters here. And unfortunately, Nika's not going to gather an optimal number of resources. You know what? I guess just keep gathering materials. Let's go forth and use this excitement for something. I guess we don't really have to... We do not have to let our decision-making be guided by excitement. at this point in the game. We don't need the awe points. So would I rather gather materials and stuff a little bit more before going forth? Maybe. You know what? Maybe. I guess let's have a look at what the rewards will be for the next things. So here they'll match followers, and here they'll match materials. I don't really want to do either of those just yet. I wanna bank up to a maximum material stockpile and then do that other one. So I think we're gonna test and see how many turns the excited state lasts. Okay, it turns out it's none. It's you had to use it right away. People are yearning to witness your glory, but their excitement has peaked. If you wait too long, they will become impatient or doubting. Right now they're yearning, which is okay. Which means we shouldn't have Nika working on stuff. Sorry, I forgot to reassign there. Although it looks like Nika... hold on. Where's the material gatherer? Yeah, Nika was only happy. Maybe happy and ecstatic don't map to obediently and passionately as clean as I thought they did? As cleanly as I thought they did? Okay, the faith bond mechanic still exists. You are too sleepy to play to do good job. Too sleepy to do good job at talking and other things. I think let's stay put one more day here. Get that material stockpile nice and fat. Uh-oh. The Understanderers talk in hushed tones. Okay, so you gotta take that loss of excitement very seriously. Izel reassures them of your might, but you feel a growing doubt in her heart. Oh no. Izel is beginning to doubt us. Can be removed at the communing grounds. Oh, that's not great. Isn't the communing grounds, like, really far away? Where do we get communing grounds? Okay, no, it's level 8. That's not so bad. Well, I think we had best go out and get a sacrament. Even if our resource levels didn't dictate this, I think we would need to. That's really frustrating, though. I'd love to go out with one more follower in the pile. We could do this, I suppose, and level up our religion at the same time. But this goes to the place we want to go, and it also gives us... We got to take the materials. Upgrading structures is important. So Nika wants to sit out, which means hold on, we got to reconfigure here. Nika needs to be assigned to a building. Let's have Nika grab Understanderers, because we're going to need like a little bit more of that for the next thing. Okay. Then we go here. This is... The UI stuff is a lot better. They've done some good work very quickly here. Okay, we better win this, because I'll be super disappointed in the material loss if we don't. That said, it's a foregone conclusion. These are not real enemies yet. Now, with some of these materials, we need to construct a garden, because apparently we're not going to heal at all without actively trying to do so. That's a pretty good start. So all of our morale attacks have a chance to feed into the infatuation thing, and the Lust Priest is just super good at it. Also, it feels like the new guy is maybe terrible. Izel's really sucking it up down here. Okay, let's get you on a class. So, what do we want? Charisma and Cunning are good for Songsmith, right? Yeah, performance scales with Cunning. I think we'll go this way. We have somebody who wants to do life follow-ups. Okay, I think for a squad of 4, we've got a pretty solid start here. The infatuated debuff thing, the way it works now, should combine pretty well with the Songsmith hitting everybody. Like, we're going to be rolling a lot of chances for that infatuation debuff to show up. By allowing Nika to rest from the sacrament, you have answered her prayers. She is filled with energy and newfound faith. She has gained the prayer answered buff. We'll have a look at that in a moment here. Okay, that's a pretty great thing there. Okay, that's just a huge amount of faith. And you do get your resources after the sacrament, not as part of it. Well, okay, what matters now? Okay, one thing that matters a lot is getting a garden established. garden can be upgraded to add an... Oh, it only has one assignment slot, naturally. Well, for right now, that's okay. We actually only need one person to go in there. And it heals... Okay, it is a full heal. That's interesting. And it's a 2-day ritual. Okay, I gotta unassign somebody else to do this. No, I still have to unselect and reselect. There we go. So now what do we need? We need to take this upgrade right now, probably, since we have it available. And then we just need to focus on materials? Well, we should probably actually make sure we get the miracle on Mary, and this is definitely a charisma miracle that we're going for. And we can have Nika be the one who is assigned to gather stuff, because Nika's going to be ecstatic for some time. That prayer answered buff is really powerful. Performing a great miracle also gives a faith buff. Okay. I think we're getting it. I think we have the loop now. So gather materials for a while. I wonder how much it's going to be the case that the excited buff ends up completely determining your sacrament timing. Because I wouldn't want that to be the case. You want it to still be a decision, right? Mary prays to you. Please, I want to be part of the sacrament. Okay. Mary must take part in the sacrament. There was very little chance that we would have Mary not go out and fight, so that's not a big stretch for us. Get a nice wondrous miracle myth. And it looks like it's about maybe 3 days. Alluring body. Okay, AoE attack, I like that. And charisma versus cunning, I think we take the charisma, right? Because all of our abilities scale with charisma. Nope, never mind, alluring body. I was going to say all of them scale with charisma except for the weird massage thing, but no, apparently that's not correct. Okay, we need lots more materials. Let's throw some more materials on the stockpile. I mean, we do also need... And we do also need offerings. I guess we can only assign 2 people to each building. Do we need the offerings more? Because I don't want people to be miracle capped, to be XP capped. Because we have 3 people who aren't right now. Let's just try to get the material gathering thing upgraded all the way. I think that's going to be pretty important. Ooh, but maybe I should have focused more on followers, because we know that we have a ritual available that increases the followers in the tribute pile. Yeah, I might have goofed on that. We had to pay attention to a lot more things than we used to. And we do not have a material boosting ritual available. Well, assuming the island is still laid out the same way, I guess I don't even know if folklores are necessarily still a thing, but we should have a look at this node and see. Is this doable? Ooh, Mary's actually going to be a real liability here. This is one we probably want to wait on for a minute. Can we do this and see if there's still a relic over here? Yeah, oh yeah, this is very easy. Just send 3 people who are not capped out on their charge. Mary's still a little bit of a liability here, but with only 1 dark caster on the other side, I'm not so worried. And who knows, maybe we'll see some intercepts or something happen. Ooh, we got a, even if we hadn't broken, wow, that was a big hit. Even if we hadn't broken them there, we got 2 infatuates and also the days from the question. There were a lot of potential opportunities for Punish the Feeble to trigger. Alright, we have answered your prayers as well, and now we have another religion upgrade. This is not a huge payout. Okay, what does the study do? Gain 1 XP. Okay, that's interesting. So you can be advancing 4 people at a time, or maybe even 5 people, depending on how many slots are in there. We need to open up more disciple slots. That's actually, like, really important. So up at level 6, which is not too far away, it looks like. They're pretty close together. The next one's at 70. So we could build a study, but I don't know that we really need to. Not yet, anyway. It's an option, but we should probably just build up our material stockpile a little bit more. So we're focused on that pretty hard. We do need to put some more stuff in the offering stockpile. Yeah, I think people are doing the right thing here. And then we just do it again? Yeah, because this'll get us enough offerings to perform Ezel's miracle. And then we can move Ezel off to gather some other resource. Well, when I say some other resource, I mean, obviously it's more followers. We are going to need more followers. The other upgrade to the material stockpile is 60? Okay, so we're going to have to... Yeah, it's going to be a little while before we're actually ready to do that. Well, I guess let's move. We don't want to let people start doubting. Okay, this does not give us any kind of boost at all, but it will give us a relic. I think we probably want the relic pretty badly. Everybody who is not already miracle capped, get in here and do the thing. It is a Beast Walker. So plus 20% damage and 10 evade chance on the first 2 turns. They reduced the burst potential of the Beast Walkers a little bit, which I think is probably a good idea. I mean, I will say, that final island was pretty terrifying before. We'll see how things look now. And the map is already more interesting, with the different sacraments guiding you toward different resources. I don't know if those are randomized. It could be that they're randomized. If they're not, then that probably is going to mean that there's an optimal resource path. Ooh, the Infatuated went off on the one guy we most want it to go off on. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, if the resources granted by the sacraments are not randomized from game to game, then there's probably like an optimal resource gathering path to allow you to take optimal advantage of the bonuses from the sacraments. But even if they're not randomized now, it still might be the case that they intend for them to be randomized eventually, and they just haven't gotten there yet in terms of implementation. What do we want to do here? We still don't know if this even makes a difference. I'm gonna put Mary in here. Mary, go bless us a relic. We got, that really basic flower of knowledge. Okay, I mean, I'm not upset about it. Let's go ahead and install that in our storytelling circle. May as well, we know that's where we want it. And we're not actually quite ready for this. Well, let's do a miracle. Do we want to do the miracle on Ezel, or do we want to miracle Morali? It's actually an interesting question. So does the doubt penalty, I think, is decaying over time? You don't necessarily have to put in effort to remove this. It's just going to be a bummer for a while. Let's inspire Ezel to... Yeah, let's inspire Ezel. I think that makes sense. And then we got to gather more materials. We need more offerings too, but let's get above the 60 materials, right? And what are we doing next? Next, we're probably doing follower-based ones, so it does kind of suck that right at this moment we're very, very motivated to gather materials and offerings. Yeah, the resource gathering is just like, you're making way more decisions. Oh no, Ezel fell from ecstatic to happy right as the miracle's about to go off. That's unfortunate. I didn't even think about that. With them being 2 days now. Well, crud. There's not much we can do about it, unfortunately. Okay, I think we're going to stop gathering materials for a moment here. We got to get some other stuff going. So we do need the offerings. Do we want to have 2 people on offerings, maybe, instead of gathering any new followers? And just seed the follower bonus? Because if not, then we probably want both of these people on the same resource. I'm just not sure which resource it is. Let's go for the followers. Because now we actually have to, we have to put effort into gaining followers for our religion, whereas before it was mostly automatic. Okay, got that good wondrous storyteller miracle, so it looks like it maybe was set by the amount of happiness when Izo was committed to the miracle. And we pulled Song of Praise, which is the one that heals... Okay, one that heals your religion HP. That is fine. Maybe not the best thing that we could have pulled, but totally fine. And then you can go and start gathering offerings. And we'll push for a really good follower boost from this next ritual, or this next sacrament, rather. Yeah, 20 plus 50% matching, that'll get us some distance. So can we reasonably do this now? Maybe. I mean, Izo's thing is useful. Oh, sorry, Mary is the one who we don't want in. Yeah, we have a good set of follow-ups here, except for the fact that Izo doesn't have any life abilities yet. But aside from that, good follow-ups. It is a real shame that it would be a bad idea to use Mary here. Oh yeah, it'd be a really bad idea. They do have some... Oh, actually, they don't have any way of giving us any triggers for Punish the Feeble, so that's nice. Doom scales just a little bit worse than this ability, so we probably want... Okay, this is the high damage one. So we probably want Question across from that. Okay, let's go. Oh, one thing I did read in the patch notes that I'm like very excited about is that Sun Shard abilities gained by Sun Shards can no longer be overwritten by abilities gained by leveling up. That is a wonderful change. I'm just overjoyed about. Okay, this is a pretty alright start. Broke one of them right away, and look at that, they both got infatuated. This is an okay composition. We have some people whose things work together very well. I wonder if Songsmiths are maybe a little overpowered with the new version of the Lust bonus. I guess that makes sense. You know how much people are into singer-songwriters. Okay, dedicate statue. I mean, we know approximately what that does. Actually, maybe we don't. Maybe it doesn't work the same way as it used to. I guess we'll find out. +1. Okay, it does work pretty much the way it used to, and I definitely do want to put it at the storytelling circle. So, what is an appropriate statue? I mean, obviously there's a big heart. That's a little on the nose, though. The Sun of Lust? I mean, the Sword of Lust, there's definitely sometimes a sword involved. The Rednar of... What is this? This might be a reference that I'm not... Oh, is it the Reddit thing? I don't know what the little Reddit guy is named. But yeah, that's totally the Reddit alien thing, with the upvote and the downvote. Let's not invite any of that evil into our homes. I mean, you know about that Banana of Lust. The baboon... Yep, we got a winner. It is absolutely a statue of the Baboon of Lust, just watching over you with his eyes wide open as you practice your lustful disciplines. Try not to... Just don't look at him. Just don't look directly at him. This is my advice to you. Okay, so... Folklores do still exist, and we want this folklore as quickly as possible, and this tribe matches 75% of follower count, so we're going to focus really hard on follower count. In fact, I think the way people are assigned right here is perfectly reasonable. Actually, maybe I should have spent some materials upgrading some stuff. Yeah, maybe. Can we upgrade the campfire? Yeah, we totally can. I'm going to, then. I should definitely have just spent those materials before. I know I was going to spend those in the material stockpile, and I've definitely weakened our feedback loop of upgrades, but if we're going to be focusing on this for a while, this is probably how it ought to be. And we can have Morali stop being a gatherer, because Morali is no longer ecstatic. Because if we could get through that charisma folklore nice and early, that has a big effect on our effectiveness. I'm going to hold off on summon initiates. Is our initiate limit still 4? Hold on a second. Where do we... Okay, no. Since we got to 6, it has gone up to 5. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold off. I'm going to try to get the folklore first. Let's get too excited, go and try the folklore thing one time, and then if it doesn't work out, we can just pull people. But I would much prefer to have the folklore when we go for it, obviously. And look at all of our faith is decreasing. Okay, we did hit the cap. Actually, I bet I wasted a person there. I probably should have pulled a person off the campfire. I wasn't looking at the stockpile sizes. New things to keep track of. Okay, this would be pretty great if we managed to pull this off. So they're light, light, and then dark, dark. Well, the dark guy does have some War Reaper, so it might be dangerous to bring Mary in here, but Mary's also extremely powerful. I'm gonna try this. We'll run without Morali this time, and then we'll replace Mary with Morali for the next round. Because I definitely don't want to get super life-striked. That would hurt. Yeah, let's try it. It's possible that our Lust Priest is going to be a little bit of a problem with the War Reaper, but maybe they won't even roll War Reaper? It's possible, at least. I will say that without Mary, I'm a little worried about whether or not we'll go first in the second round. Ah, whatever. We have Song of Praise to help correct it if we don't. We'll be okay. Wow, it infatuated all 3 of them. Then we get a follow-up. Okay. Well, that went alright, I guess. Maybe I'm over-concerned about the capability of our enemies, because our team is very strong. And then it does kind of matter where we put the question. Nightmare and Doom, days for 1 turn. Oh, I remember this. Oh, sorry, you were... Yeah, we were doing it this way. I'm getting hit by War Reaper, but maybe it won't matter? Well, let's hope it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm just going to try it like this. So we'll give you... Yeah, we'll give you the question instead of one of these 2. No, that's probably not right. We probably want to reduce the amount that they're throwing out their own disables, given that they have Punish the Feeble. We might not win this. I remember this one being difficult. We do have the Religion Health Heal, which is possibly important. Oh, that's right. We have a Songsmith. Of course, we have a pretty good chance of going first. Not super happy to see Lecture straight off. I am super happy to see all those hearts, though. I wonder if there's an issue with the infatuation chance, because it sure looks like it's... It sure looks like it's higher than the expected value, right? I wonder if effects are always applying. We should keep an eye on that. Alright, well, we're doing a pretty good job with the follow-ups. Yeah, getting a lot of stuff done in these sacraments. We're going to have people who are XP capped a lot with this new system. Alright, and 52 new followers feels pretty okay. Got a couple of god level ups there. So we're going to be able to get to that ability to assign a 4th person to work actually pretty quickly. Disciple slots up. And tribute increase, and we can inspire the construction of the Temple of Lust. We know the Temple of Lust is good. Managed to get our follower support limit up to 30 there, which is pretty good. And Ezel would love to perform a miracle. Well, bad news, Ezel. You're not miracle charged. And you're injured on top of that, so that's unfortunate. I assume the Temple of Lust is not... Oh, it looks like maybe it is free. We'll build it up here by the baboon. Yeah, it is free. That's good, because we don't have any supplies. Or materials, rather. Okay, and now let's pull in some initiates with our new folklore. Get some extra people in here to do work while the rest of us go out and sacrament. We got a Hawk Totem. Charisma and Might. Interesting. Maybe a good chieftain? And then a hair totem. Okay, cunning, cunning and charisma and collects materials is cool. We only have one more follower slot, and it seems very hard to me not to take this and make him a chieftain. It gives us full type coverage. Yeah, let's do it. We could, I suppose, now fire somebody, but that's a much bigger decision than it used to be, right? With the increased difficulty of getting miracles going and stuff, firing somebody just because they firing somebody just because they're not vital to your plans has a higher cost in terms of time. That said, new guys have the folklore, so probably we do want to boot somebody. Because Coddle is like a good fit. We could fire Morali. Who do we want to develop more? Morali or Nika? Morali did pull the worst level up and has the worst follow-up ability. You follow up nature, which is like way better. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Oh, you get those immediately. They don't go into the stockpile. That's a big deal. That maybe makes firing people much better than it used to be. Well, let's definitely take the miracle on Nika. Obviously, it's going to be that one miracle that we know how to do. And then, are we focused on followers right now? We'll get the communing grounds at the next level. It does feel like it's really important to get to 12, right? What is our next sacrament going to be? We could do this. This tribe matches materials. We have a couple of material sacraments open now. We should see what these do. I mean, we know approximately what they do. But, okay, I'm inclined to material focus for a moment here. So let's go ahead and pull these two from the fire and instead put them here. It was Coddle the one... No, because we did not hire the one who gets bonus materials. Well, whatever. This is still the right people doing the pull. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm digging this update. I think they've made a lot of good changes here. Changes that make the game more interesting. I think we just continue on the course for the moment. Nika's fallen to happy. So what, we're going to get one more round. Preach is totally fine. Acceptable. And I'm definitely all about charisma up. I wonder how much they've rebalanced the battles to make it so that your own burst damage is less important. Because I know they said that was something they wanted to do. Right now, we're going to get close to cap on materials. So what's the thing we want to pull in next? It's probably followers, right? I think that makes sense. And Nika's excited again due to having performed a good miracle. Yeah, we don't really need offerings right this second. Unfortunately, we probably will not get enough materials here. So the pile's at 36. We're going to get another 18. Actually, no, we will have enough to buy the other upgrade for the material stockpile. So who is it that's coming with us? I would like to do this one if we could pull it off. We do have some life strike here, so that kind of suggests that we should leave. Oh, that's right. We don't even have a weaver anymore. Never mind. I think we're okay bringing Mary, even though we do have the War Reaper to worry about. And then we want to bring Izel because we want to get Izel charged so that we can do a miracle so that we can answer the prayer. And then we just need to level up one of the new guys. Probably Coddle, right? I want to get my weaver back. Tizo, I don't know. Tizo's going to become a chieftain. That's also important. But I think I want my weaver back most. So Tizo needs a job back in town. Let's unassign you. Tizo could be on... We're going to need offerings. We're going to need a lot of stuff. That's just the game, I suppose. We're always going to need a lot of stuff. We're going to need more offerings. Does that mean I should swap some people off of other things? Probably. We are going to need more materials, but material gathering is about to be a little bit more efficient. Oh, never. Nika and Tizo are the only people who are actually staying back, right? There we go. You three, get in there and mess things up. I have to imagine we're going to be successful here. We'd have to have some real bad luck not to. So yeah, my initial read of the situation here with the enthusiasm is that you don't always need to go right on ecstatic. It is probably going to be the case that sometimes it makes sense to delay like one turn. You probably could go earlier too if you wanted. The thing that makes you wait until ecstatic isn't actually that you want to be ecstatic, it's that you want to wait and build up your resource stockpiles. So you probably will not find yourself going early very often. But yeah, like wait 3 or 4 turns between sacraments, and that means that the enthusiasm mechanic is exerting pressure on your decision making, but it's not 100% making the decisions for you, which I think is a good place for it to be, provided that I have a reasonable grasp of it, that is. Do we want to make a life or a nature thing? I mean, we usually just make a generic garbage relic, right? I guess let's do it this way. See if we get something cool. I mean, these quote-unquote generic garbage relics are not actually bad. Okay, so we can finish upgrading the material stockpile. And then start gathering ourselves some materials from the stockpile. Izel needs to go ahead and miracle up, and I would like to replace the relic that I put in here, but we just can't at the moment. It's too expensive. Because obviously we'd prefer that cunning. That's alright. Izel is probably not our final generation of Songsmith. And then we do just want people to be on materials, right? Even though we do have a material gathering thing coming up. Because we're just going to do the other node that gathers materials. What does the Old Town node do? It matches 100% of everything in addition to giving you... Oh no, there's 10 offerings in it because I have 10 offerings. We should maybe think about this. So it's just one round. They have good follow-ups. Typing is such that we would probably want to bring... Typing's actually kind of rough. This we might want to do while ecstatic because of the ecstatic HP bonus. So I guess let's not stress about it too much right now. Let's just, like, gather stuff. For the moment, let's just enjoy the numbers going upward. I do like seeing our maximum stockpile size increase as our gathering ability increases. Alright, Izel is feeling pretty powerful right now. And we pulled Song of Praise again. That's okay. Hold on. What do your abilities scale with? Song of Praise, the heal, and the damage both scale charisma. Okay, everything scales charisma. Am I remembering? Yeah, this scales with cunning, and obviously we would love to have a couple copies of performance out there. But for right now, charisma focus. And your prayer was answered. Izel did good. So Izel's faith is probably like some extremely high number right now. Yep, well over the cap. Well, do I think we could handle the old city? Who would we run? We could play... They're doing bonus damage against nature, life, or nature, light, and divine. We would run our weaver if we had one, and our chieftain if we had one. If we play the people that we have right now, we're definitely in for some serious bonus damage. I think we're maybe not ready for this. Let's try to train up the new people. So then we want to do this thing. And And here we don't really want to... Okay, we can play our Dark Disciple because they don't really have anything going. We don't have a Dark Disciple. Right. We don't want to play Mary. We definitely do want to play Coscatl. I mean, I want to get some miracle progress on Tizo, but I'm not 100% sure... Like, we could do it like this. I'm not 100% sure we win this. We don't have great damage output in this group. We probably do want to bring Nika in. Tizo's just going to have to wait a little bit. Yeah, your rate of XP gain is way different versus your rate of resource gain now, so... And your rate of aging. I wonder if they've changed how the aging mechanic works. Because if not, it's going to be way harder to build people up to maximum before they get old. Which is interesting. I don't know if I like that or not. We'll have to see the mechanical implications of it, but it's definitely an interesting thing. As if it is the case that disciples rarely actually cap out, how does that change your decision making with the way that you upgrade and use them? Not actually sure. It sure does seem like it's applying the infatuated buff all the time, doesn't it? At least on the song. Which is obviously not what it should be doing. You are the Weaver. Yeah, definitely. Okay, good to have a Weaver again. Even without any levels, Weaver is very powerful in our composition. So we have all these materials. We could talk about building new buildings. We also could just increase our resource gathering capabilities. Feels like we maybe want to do that one. Yeah, I pretty much just want to do that. I pretty much just want to upgrade buildings. So if we upgrade the... Wait, which one is the offering? The offering stockpile is the tall one. It would be 50 to get both of these upgrades. Maybe we just take... Or sorry, it would be 60 to get both of these upgrades. We don't want the middle one. We want the top and the bottom. Maybe we just take these right now because we're going to need to push for offering upgrades pretty seriously. What about the campfire? The campfire we're already good on. Okay, so yeah, I think this is where the priority is. Let's buy that right now. And then... What are we looking at next? If we're still not feeling ready for that, and we have a little bit of time before the next disciples come in anyway, probably this is next, so we do want to start building up the offering stockpile. We have miracles a-coming. People got to get ready. And then we need... How many more materials do we need for the other upgrade? We need 20, so we're already good on that, actually. Let's focus on getting the other thing. The followers. We'll do one more sacrament, and then we'll end the episode. I am noticing. Once again, the hooks are in me a little bit, and I definitely want to just keep playing forever, but we're going to be a little bit more responsible than that. This next tribute's going to be pretty good for us. Nika would like to rest. We could do that. I haven't looked at the next ritual yet, but there's pretty good odds that was the sensible thing to do. I think we just do exactly what we're doing one more time, right? Okay, we should just about hit the... I think we might have wasted 2 offerings there, but I want the offering... Like, I want us up at the cap really badly. Let's get materials as efficiently as possible. So we do not want to run... Nika. Ha! Perfect. Okay, we probably do want to run Tizo. We kind of want to run Coscatl, even though Coscatl's miracle charges are already all the way full. And then it's Easel versus Mary. It's probably Mary. Which means Nika needs to be assigned to a job. It would be nice if it saved this on the screen, because you're going to have to do this a lot now, right? Figuring out who you want to use, and then going back to town and assigning other people. So, wait, I've already forgotten. Mary's definitely going. It could be Mary who's not gathering stuff. You can get us some... Are we going to need more ritual offerings more than we need other stuff? Actually, not sure. I'm not sure what we want you gathering. Let's do this. I mean, we're always going to need followers. Okay, so it was Mary and Tizo and Coscatl. Yeah, I think that's... And we have good follow-ups there. That's a powerful crew. We should be able to handle this and get 60 ritual offerings, which is just wonderful. Coscatl being all like, my eyes are right here. Like she doesn't want you to stare. Anything at all that could get your attention off of the fighting you're supposed to be doing, I have to imagine. Look at all of that. It is absolutely always applying the infatuation buff. I wonder if there's a goof somewhere in the like. It's supposed to have a 10% chance to apply. Yeah, one almost wonders if an extra 0 was typed. Some good brave interception there. So with the new damage model and having to use the Guardian to heal people, the skills that heal people are way more important now. Like you actually want those to go off. That's a pretty big buff to Unity and also to the song. Right, one of the songs heals people's HP rather than religion HP, doesn't it? Also, Wall from the Guardians. Okay, Mika is happy about the prayer being answered. And this is just awesome. So we have another religion HP upgrade coming up, which I'm pretty pleased about. Got our communing grounds to remove debilitating debuffs, which I don't really care about. That level was not so good. The next level will be interesting. The pledging altar, I have no idea what it does. Okay, so can't imagine that I want to build a communing ground or a study. I think we want to keep using our materials for other things, like this. Wait, this one. Yes, I did almost click the wrong option there. Alright, Coscatl is absolutely going in the Miracle Myth, and we can't afford to upgrade the Miracle Myth at the moment. Ooh, these are expensive. But, you know what? Before I go figuring out what we're going to do on this turn and then quote-unquote accidentally hitting the next turn button, I think this is probably where we ought to stop for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time, tomorrow, we're going to see some new islands and see what has changed out in the world beyond our little shores here. And we'll see you then.